said he's prepared to back Spence up, but it's very risky to do that.
Why is that, Lennox?
Well, because he's going to get, he has to watch out for shots coming in. And when somebody's being forced backwards, especially with Spence's experience, he's going to be throwing punches going backwards, and he knows how to throw punches going backwards.
So there was a nice little move by by Mikey Garcia. He stepped over to his right, Errol Spence's left there, just like that. He's making that little slip there, looking to counter. And he's done that twice now. I think he's finding a little spot for that move. And there he goes down the middle with that right hand.
18 punches landed from Spence to this point. Garcia with 5.
And it's a real cat and mouse game right now because both of them are very, very cautious of each other's power. But it looks like Mikey's starting to, walk Errol down a little bit. And that tide might change, though.
Mikey's throwing that left hook, and it's coming around pretty good on Spence, but it's not hitting him yet.
No, neither one of these guys. That was a good little body shot by Garcia. So he's starting to figure him out. This is kind of what Kell Brook did, was he used a lot of cute moves left and right on Errol Spence. Of course, Spence starts turning that pressure on like he's doing now, and this is what eventually gets to you in the later rounds. But
we've seen more aggression from Garcia here in round 2. Bit of a feeling out process in round 1.
Let me tell you, Spence is doing a great thing by throwing as many jabs as he's throwing. This is what you need to do. Start everything off with the jab. Get Mikey frustrated with this jab. Get him focused on the jab, and then you start throwing other combinations.
This is round 3, scheduled for 12 for the IBF World Welterweight Championship belt. Our unofficial scorer is Marcos Villegas. Marcos, how have you scored it so far?
Having 2 rounds up for Errol Spence. He's making excellent use of his jab, stopping Mikey from getting forward and closing the distance, though. Mikey's starting to get warmed up now. He had a very good second round, but because of Errol's excellent use of his jab, I have him up 2-0 so far.
All right, thanks, Marcos. So 20-18 over the first 2 rounds on Marcos' scorecard, Joe.
I would take a little issue with just the second round there. I thought that Garcia forced the action. He put on pressure. He landed a couple of body shots. He came over the top of Errol Spence's right jab with a little hook jab himself. I thought he looked more impressive in the second round. I think his head movement and his intelligence right now is serving him well. Again, nobody's there. Errol got a nice little body shot in, but nobody's really dominating the rounds yet. Looks like Errol wants to start pressuring though harder, but right when he does, Mikey makes these slick moves and he throws him off track for a minute, and Errol goes back to boxing for a second. So it's a real tug of war.
Ball left from Spence, connecting.
Well, actually, Mikey had that hand right up there and he blocked that punch. Now, let me just tell you something. It's a great punch by Errol Spence, but Mikey was smart enough. He's going to keep his hands up when he sees those punches coming in. He's not going to get hit with a sucker punch like that, a looping left hand. You see Mikey's knocking those little jabs down to the body and trying to counter. So it's a cat and mouse game. He landed a nice little short right hand. 2 of them right there. He's playing it smart and he's being effective.
Oh, big left by Spence.
That's right. That was a good left hand by Spence. Caught Mikey with that hand down, which he didn't have last time down when it was thrown on. Ooh.
Oh. Errol came around in a good swooping left hook there.
Yeah, he's starting to find that. That's a punch that Mikey, as smart as this, shouldn't be getting hit with.
Final minute, round 3.
But again, Errol's got to find his openings too, and he's found one now. You know, it's not easy. Neither one of these guys are easy to find openings on.
Body shot by Spence.
None of them really has opened up to the body yet. They're still headhunting, still figuring each other out.
Yeah, well, they're keeping their distance. You notice they haven't really closed the gap on each other. Once one of them gets in close, the other one steps back.
Time winding down in round 3.
I thought Errol Spence took control of that third round right there. So it is.
You know what I like about Errol Spence?
Forth.
It's not one jab. It's sometimes 2, sometimes 3.
It was 4 in a row, like you said. Yeah, you're right.
All right, to Heidi Andro. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Derek. I know this has been a lot of them just feeling one another out. What did you say to Errol coming into this round?
I just told him to take compose, keep his jab, stay focused, and don't get reckless. Take compose.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Heidi. That's Derek James, Errol Spence's trainer. Derek, also a Dallas native, 2007 Trainer of the Year. As the action picks up here in round 4.
Yeah, Errol Spence landed a couple of good left hands. He was trying for that looper around the ear on Mikey Garcia, but Mikey got hit through it. He's keeping that right hand up much better after getting clipped last round with it. But see, Spence is going around, then he's trying to go straight with that left hand. He's going around and he's straight. He's mixing it up on him, trying to keep Mikey guessing what he's going to come back with.
Again to Marcos Villegas. Marcos.
Yeah, I have it up for Errol Spence, 3-0. I'm on pins and needles right now. These are very competitive rounds. Errol still using that jab to score points. He's having success here in round number 3. As you just see right there, popping him with the jab, and it's scoring for me, and I'm sure it's probably scoring for the judges seeing this from ringside as well.
All right, thanks, Marcos. Has anything surprised you to this point, Lennox?
No. Just as I figured, you know, Spence is doing the right thing. He's moving around. He's throwing that right jab, and he's mixing up that left hand straight and around. And, you know, he's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring, which he's supposed to.
A look at the number of jabs landed. 21 for Spence, 11 by Garcia.
Yeah, the telling blows right now are by Spence with this left hand.
Absolutely.
He's definitely getting through with it, and he's scoring big.
The long arms are posing a problem for Mikey. He's really having a hard time counter-punching right now, and this is a problem. If he can't counter-punch, he's going to be in for a long night or a short night.
Final minute, round 4. Now Marcos Villegas gave the first 3 rounds to the champ, Errol Spence Jr. There's the left by Spence.
Mikey Garcia is keeping his head really stiff right now. He needs to move it a little bit more.
Body shot by Spence.
Great round for Spence right now. He's been throwing that right-left continuously.
Well, you heard Robert Garcia in the corner. You know, Mikey's having a hard time counter-punching from the distance. He's going to have to get inside. He said, close the gap, get inside. Now we got to go for it. He knows he's got to make the turn right now.
Back to Heidi Endrol. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Robert. We heard you say this is the round you need to go for it. What do you want to see Mikey doing?
I think Mikey could back him up. Look, like, just like he's doing right now. Fighting on the outside of Spence is too long and reach, and is just jabbing his fight through. If Mikey could pressure him, and look, right, just like that, backing him up.
Thank you, guys.
I see, Mike.
Thanks, Heidi. So Robert Garcia happy with what he saw over the first 45 seconds here in round 5.
Well, yeah, you know, you almost have to sacrifice and get inside. Robert's right. He's got the shorter arms. He's going to have a heck of a time getting through this. He's got to press Spence and back him up. And I'll tell you what, it's dangerous either way. If you're on the outside or the inside, but he's got more of a chance, Garcia, if he gets in there and starts mixing it up. Now, see, he should press right now. Once he threw, there you go. See, he's got to press once you throw Errol Spence off balance. You got to make that second effort to jump right on top of him, because you're not going to get too many chances to get close to him.
I know it's difficult. It's difficult right now because, you know, you're talking about a skillful boxer, Errol Spence, and he's mixing up the punches big time. And then all of a sudden, when Mikey tries to jump back in there, he's getting punched as well. So
you're right. Mikey fell short with the right hand and got countered with the right hook as Errol Spence stepped backward. So, you know, he's getting it coming and going. And he's having too few moments to be in this fight right now. Right now, Errol Spence is running away with it.
Errol Spence is mixing up the punches. He's not throwing just up the head. He's not throwing around the corner. He's throwing up the middle as well.
In the 4th round, Spence landed 26 through 89 punches. Those are his highs over the first 4 rounds. Garcia with a good start here in the 5th, but Spence